What's up guys? Welcome back. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about bad posture, kind of rounded shoulders and how to address it. Because as we all know, we do a lot of sitting throughout our days. As a student, you sit at our desk all day at work and then you're hunched over on a computer after you get off from work and it just doesn't help. Rounded shoulders can be caused by pec minor tightness. And pec minor, the muscle, starts from the ribs and then attaches onto the coracoid process of the scapula. So that's why if it's tight, it can pull your shoulder forward like so. I'm going to show you guys a couple of stretches you can do for the pec minor. And ideally, because this pec minor runs like this, you want to be able to get your arm up like this and stretch in the doorway, stretch like this to really optimally stretch your pec minor. But if you can't get your arm up like this, the doorway stretch, you can also bring your arm a little bit lower to you can still get a stretch that way. And also there's a towel stretch you can use to kind of help open up the chest and also get your shoulder mobility for the extension back a little bit. So with this one, grab on a towel, grab it behind your back. The wider you grab, the easier it is. So I would say just start a little bit beyond shoulder width apart. The important thing about this stretch is that make sure you set your scapula before you start moving your arms back. Meaning that you want to retract your scapula, bring them back, and then depress them, bring them down. And then start giving a little pull on the towel and start reaching back. You can start by doing oscillations. You don't have to hold it there for too long, just to get used to the motion. You should feel a stretch in the front of the chest. If you have trouble kind of reaching behind your back, you can kind of advance it a little bit by pulling the towel out this way, out one direction. Slowly work it up to where you can grab the towel from above, overhead, and then pull it up so you can reach arm back. It's usually easier to reach behind back when you first keep your arm close to your body to reach back before coming up your back, instead of just start reaching back like this. If you have a lacrosse ball, you can also use the lacrosse ball against the wall and kind of roll over your pecs. I want to also address thoracic mobility, the thoracic spine. If you don't have enough mobility in the thoracic spine, it's hard to completely get your arm overhead and really help with your posture as well. So it can help decrease a little bit of the thoracic kyphosis, the rounding of the back. So the first stretch for the thoracic spine and spine in general is the cat-cow. And you do this on your hands and knees. Start by arching your back, contracting the abs a little bit to help bring that arch up, and then slowly relax. Let your back drop in, and then let your head and neck move with it too. Really control it. And if you want, you can hold it for like 2 seconds at each of the end ranges. And then you can also use a foam roller to increase the thoracic spine mobility. But with this one, make sure your butt doesn't come off the ground. I like to cross my arm across the chest to really bring out the scapula, so to expose the thoracic spine a little bit better. And you start by just leaning back, rocking back and forth, nice and slow, and then you can work down spine. The last exercise, I think this one is probably the best because it kind of combines everything. So if you're lazy like me, just do this one. I don't even know what to call this one, but my CI uses it on a lot of patients, and it's simple and effective. So for this one, you start off by side lying. You're going to do it both sides. So pick a side first and then keep the bottom leg straight and the top leg bend, laying it on top of a foam roller, or doesn't have to be a foam roller, but something you can put on so you can give a little pressure onto it to prevent the hips from rolling backwards when you're giving the stretch up there. And then you put your arm behind your head if it's tolerable, and then you start by curling in and then bring your arm out and across like so. And I like to keep my arm up like this because it gives a little bit of the stretch in the chest as well. Nice deep breaths and then nice controlled motions. And with all of these, you can do about like 3 sets of 15, just whatever you can tolerate. If you're stretching it for a hold, don't hold longer than 30 seconds. 20 to 30 seconds will be enough. And yeah, this works on the rotation. So instead of just the sagittal plane like the cat-cow and kind of using the foam roller to roll back and forth, this also works the transverse plane, rotation and extension. So, and the last thing about kind of keeping good posture is just strengthening the back muscles, the rotator cuff muscles, doing some rows, doing some nice exercises for your lower trap and everything to keep that stability in your upper back. I hope this video is not too long, and I hope you guys learned something from it. And if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.